we are going to look onto two AWS services, namely AWS DynamoDB and AWS S3. So AWS DynamoDB is used for dynamic database manipulations and to perform operations in a database, and S3 is used as a storage bucket in AWS. So first of all, in order to access these AWS services, you should have to create an AWS account. It will be asking for some card details in order to create an AWS account. As I have already created, I am now just directly signing into the console. So once I sign into the console, I will be viewing the recently visited services and all other services available. So for different domains in computer science and information technology, we have various services available in AWS, like AWS Athena, S3, DynamoDB, and so on. So we are going to look onto S3 and DynamoDB. So let us first look onto AWS DynamoDB. So now I'm going to create a table. So the table shall be on student exams. So let me have the partition key as student register number, which is going to be a number value, and the exam date shall be another short key, which is going to be of string type. So this will be acting as a primary key, and all other settings need not have to be changed. And now I am going to create a table. So it is taking some time to create. I have already created two tables. This is for the demo. So this is going to be the menu bar. You can access the different availabilities in the DynamoDB service. So now the table has been created. Now we shall perform some actions on the table by creating an item. So let me just start with my register number, and the exam date shall be like as provided. So now I am going to create an item. So once the item is created, it will be added on like this. Now I'm going to create another item. Now you can also add on new attributes like to the currently available item, unlike relative SQL in DBMS, where once a table is created with certain attributes, those cannot be changed or manipulated. But here you can manipulate the attributes present in an item. So now I'm going to add something called a student name. So now I'm creating an item like this. So once the item is created, now you can download the results to CSV. So all the table that you have created right now will be now uploaded to a CSV file, which you can view like this. So if you are looking at this particular CSV file, initially I created it with only two parameters, with the register number and exam date. So the student name attribute will be remaining null, and then I dynamically created a student name attribute and then added the name Manoj to it. So this is what is the specialty of DynamoDB. You can add on attributes dynamically to a specific item. And you can also see the capacity metrics. So now as I have recently used the table, you can see a sudden spike here that will be denoting the consumed amount of memory here. So these are the provisions available in DynamoDB. You can also monitor the service. You can also delete the table and export it to S3 buckets, which is going to be the next service that we will be looking into. So S3 is nothing but Amazon storage buckets. So you can upload files and folders to this particular S3 bucket, and then you can manipulate and use them as per your wish. So now let me create a new bucket. I have already created two buckets. So let me have this as details bucket, and the location shall be remaining the same. And then just click on create bucket. So it is showing on that it must not contain any uppercase letters, so everything should be on lowercase. So now once I click on create bucket, the bucket is created successfully. Now going on to the bucket, you can upload files and folders to it. So now let me add a file just for an example. So once you add a file, and you can also add a folder as well. So it will take some time for a folder to upload because of a large number of data available. And once you click on upload, it will take a large amount of time because the file size is really high. So let me just cancel it and re-upload with a smaller size. Yeah, now the upload is successful. So this is how you normally upload your files or folders to Amazon S3 bucket. So the files and folders are stored here as buckets, and you can segregate data into different partitions into these buckets. So when you want to access it based on the partitions that you have segregated it, you can easily access it, and it also um, charges you for the amount of storage that you consume. So hence these are the two services that we have looked into in our demo, S3 and DynamoDB. Thank you.